Although there'll be 1,200 jobs up for grabs, they won't begin the hiring process until 6 months before the casino opens. The reason for this is to help train and prepare the community for the casino market. What's next for the lieutenant is a vigorous 6-month training program, which will improve his leadership skills. At 22 years old, this is rare because he's just one of the 5 people in the Capital Region to be honored as second lieutenant. With today's event, Schenectady Police and the community hope to strengthen the relationship between the two, one swish at a time. Students are able to choose what child they want to get their gift for out of one of the many trees featured all over campus. Once a student purchases the child's gift, they are able to drop it off at various locations around campus. Walking into Time and Again Books and Tea, you are welcomed with a variety of books. Deborah Engelke opened up her store 17 years ago with the encouragement of her husband, and after spending 3 years trying to find a job with her master's degree in English.
He said, why don't you start that used bookstore you always thought about? Because we always talked about it. We'd pass a barn and I'd say, that'd make a cute used bookstore.
Since opening, Deborah has collected over 1,000 books for her store.
We used to buy a lot more common paperbacks, books, easy reading books that now people read on their phones or listen to. So we're more into scholarly materials.
Books have a way of telling a story, and the way Deborah and her husband have found and collected all these books over the past 17 years is a story in itself.
I started hitting estate sales, library sales, garage sales. So for about 6 months, we were on the road a lot.
The places that Deborah and her husband have traveled to find these books might surprise you.
Canada, down to Virginia, in through Pennsylvania, New England, a lot in New York State because it's a lot less gas if you're local.
Regardless of what kind of book you are looking for, Deborah says there's something here for everyone.
We find that even 4-year-old textbooks sell. The savvy student has figured out that instead of paying $200, they can get a 4-year-old textbook for $30.
In Oswego, Sabina Longo for Oswego Now.
A dollop of like a half a teaspoon of the white paint.
The instructor guides students step by step to paint their own picture, which they are able to take home with them at the end of the night. Monday's art theme was an outdoor lamp with a touch of fall scenery in the background.
What would people be interested in? Because anybody could have a bake sale, anybody could, raise something like that or like sell pins, but this is something that it's really cool because they do get to take them home with them.
The fundraisers aim to help a SUNY Oswego alum whose mother and father are coping with cancer. Students are asked to make a $10 donation during the event, but any amount is helpful.
We don't know how successful the program will be, where every little bit helps. But I truly believe that once you're a Laker for life.
All the donations will be used to help pay for the family's house mortgage and medical bills. And the Residence Hall Association hopes to give the family the donations by February.
The medical bills right now are at about $40,000. And those have been put on credit cards and, refinancing and things like that.
We'll take what donations we get, and then we're going to give them and present them the money to the family. And possibly invite them to an RHA meeting if they're able to come, because they're not local.
The family lives in Sullivan County, which is located on the outskirts of Poughkeepsie, 3 hours away from Oswego County.
When it comes to community service and helping other people, sometimes you don't always get to see a benefit, and maybe in this case you will.
I definitely can see the polarization between MSNBC, Fox News, CNN. I definitely see that they will cover one side more than the other. And I think more people need to reach out to channels like BBC, C-SPAN, to get all of the facts. I encourage a lot of people, if you like Trump and you don't like Hillary, I encourage you to follow Hillary Clinton supporters, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to understand the other side's point of view, and then understand, like, okay, so this is how I can react in a good discussion, in a very respectful way when talking about these controversial issues. Because if we never talk about these controversial issues, we're never going to get things solved.